everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today I have a special guest with us. This gentleman actually reached out to me. He's actually in the Face of Horror contest this year. This is his second year. Right now, he's in I guess it's the quarterfinal round, and right now he's in third place in that top 5 cut. I have with us Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, welcome to the Horror Room.
Hello, Travis. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on. Now, you reached out to me and you wanted to talk a little bit about your experience in the contest. Like I said, right now you're in third place in that quarterfinals, top 5 cut. What has your experience been in the Face of Horror contest so far?
Well, when I first started, I started out in third place, and then I surprisingly, with some votes, ended up in first place, and then I got bumped back down to second, then back up to first, then back down to second, then to third, then with some friends and family who bought extra votes during the 2-for-1 vote days, I was up in first for a good bit of last Thursday, and then I got bumped down to second and was in there for a while, and now I'm bumped back down to third, but the person who was in first is now second, and I'm third, so...
It's a roller coaster ride, isn't it?
Every time I was bumped down from out of first place, I was like, bastards!
Now, when it comes to, like, this is your second year, and now, were you more prepared this year going in? Because I mean, you're probably just like me and a lot of people. Your first year going into this competition, you don't know. I know people on the Facebook group say, "Oh, read the rules and regulations," but the rules and regulations are so fucking vague.
Yeah,
and it's pretty much a trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
So were you a little more prepared going into your second year?
Yes, I was. I mean, last year when I did it, I had no high expectations or low expectations. I just figured when I saw it, I'm like, you know what, give it a shot, see what happens. And hey, if I win, I can give half of that money to my best friend and his mom, who at the time were struggling because they had left the job where I work now. They worked there for a bit, but then they quit, and it was a struggle for them. And I figured, okay, maybe that would help. That would help them and stuff. But some people were like, "Why would you give half that money to them? They can find a job and stuff." I'm like, well, they're struggling right now. Any little bit helps. If I win, it's my money and do what the hell I want with it. If I want to give them half of it or all of it, then that's my choice. God damn it.
That's true, man. That's true. I mean, and I look at majority of the, like, people don't know. I actually look at a lot of the profiles, and I see majority of the people are looking to do something good with the money. A lot of people are looking to, I've seen people who wanted to get new teeth, send their kids to college, this and that. Most people are trying to do something great with the money. Now,
yes.
Now, a lot of people have said this. I've asked them, "Why do you do this contest?" And they say it's fun, and that always confuses me because I remember when I was contest. Yeah, it was fun in the beginning, but it became stressful after a while.
I remember I was struggling for a bit, and I was not hardly getting any votes and stuff, and not a lot of people knew about it for me last year, and so I figured, okay, I came close, so maybe next year I'll do better. The only thing that disappointed me about last year was those who made it that far didn't really get anything for their efforts. Like, I wasn't expecting anything like big, but maybe like a $100 to $250 gift card to Amazon or something would have been nice. Like, oh hey, you made it this far. Sorry you didn't make it. So here's a little something for your troubles.
Now, how far did you get last year?
I think I was in 5th or 6th place. I can't remember which. I think I made it that far, but then I didn't get any further.
In the quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what made you decide to go? Because we talked a little bit before this interview. Now, what made you to go? I mean, like everyone. So when I was in a competition, it was this first year, so no one knew anything about it. I got the same email that you got and everybody got, and I saw Kane Hodder's face attached to it, and I did not know anything. The first thing that popped in my mind, which I think if you're a normal, intelligent human being, is this legit? Is this a scam? But then you see Kane Hodder's face, and you're like, well, Kane Hodder wouldn't attach himself to a scam. But and the first thing I did was hop on Google, and I couldn't find anything because, like I said, it was the first year. Now,
Right.
when you got into the competition, were you a little suspect that is this real? Is this legit? Is this a scam?
Actually, no. I just saw it and I'm thinking, it's a little contest. Didn't think anything of it. I just thought, okay, it's a little contest. Give it a shot. See what happens. And if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. And it just wasn't in the cards for me to win that year. And I figured, okay, maybe since I got close this time, maybe next year I'll do better. And I was kind of right, but things have just gotten crazy because like when I first started in first place, this one guy at the bottom, he was like at the very, very bottom of the list. Like there was like over 100 other competitors when this first started, like weeks
Mm-hmm.
ago, and he was at the bottom. He was like, I think, hell, I don't know, the like somewhere in the 80s, and he got up there, and I'm
Wow.
like, what the hell? I'm like, clever bastard, But I'm thinking, oh well, there's plenty of time, Just some people will vote for me and stuff, and I'll go from there. And one of the reasons I wanted to try again this year was because one, I wanted to be able to do something and look back and show people like, see, I did that. I did that there. I took a shot, took a chance, and it worked out for me. Another reason was to win that money to pay some bills because I ended up being in some credit card debt because of some automotive issues. I had a brake hose leak, and I thought that was all that was going to be. But when I took it to where it got fixed, although apparently there was more wrong with it. Although part of me, even now, thinks I got ripped off. They said, "Oh, your driver's side front axle shaft is busted. Your front rotors are warped. Your my brake pads were worn out real bad, and they said it was going to cost about $1,200." And I hated to having to do that, but it needed to be done because it was my only vehicle and my only way to get to and from work. But luckily, because of how long I waited, they reduced it by $100, but it was still a lot of money. And then, like weeks later, I had to spend another 400 on new tires,
Huh.
and that just, whew, I didn't want to spend all that credit, but I had to.
Yeah, you have to. And a lot of people, I mean, believe it or not, in this country for the last several years, people are not doing too well financially. You know what I mean? It's shit is tough,
It
and
is.
like
A lot of people are blaming.
and yeah, a lot of people are blaming a lot of people, and like, but the shit is fucked up,
It
and
is.
um and a lot of people. This is what I've seen from the Facebook group. A lot of people are depending on this $13,000
Mm-hmm.
to win. I mean, it's almost like an addiction.
It
Now,
is.
at what now at what point with you did you question, is this a legitimate contest? Is this what it really is?
When I started seeing some of your videos, and when I started kind of getting one upped a bunch, I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell? I've been doing pretty good and stuff like that. So I, because when I saw your videos, I'm thinking, is this really how it is? Am I really going to lose, or do I actually have a shot this time? You know, I mean, my dad, he spent $100 during that 2-for-1 vote day, and I ended up getting 200 votes. And despite that, I was in first, but then I got bumped down to second by this this one competitor named Arena, and I'm like, oh, how the hell did they one up me?
Yeah,
Most likely, they're more desperate to win this money than I am. And if I mean, I can be desperate, but I'm not that desperate.
yeah,
Yeah, and I got family and friends saying, hey, if you're struggling a little bit, we'll help you and stuff, and that mean that means a lot. I just I've always tried my best to stay on top of stuff and keep my credit debt to a minimum. Mostly used my credit for gas and oil changes and stuff like that. But this was the first time I ever had to use it for something big.
yeah.
So
Now, when it comes to this competition, a lot of people say that they are doing this for the kids. They're doing it for the charity.
Right.
Is that the number one reason? A lot of people are, I feel like, are lying and saying that's the number one reason that they are doing this competition. Is the number one reason that you're in this competition is for the charity money for the kids?
I'm just in it just to see what would happen, just to see. Okay, could I possibly win? Because never once in my life have I won anything. Well, not entirely true. Like I've never won money or a chance to be in a magazine. The only thing I ever won, if you could consider it a contest, was I got some autographed art prints by my favorite voice actor, Steve Blum. If you're an anime
Nice.
fan,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was really cool. I'll share that story one day. Uh, but I always wanted to try to win money just to see hey, it'd be cool if I could win money because never have I ever been able one of those guys who could just randomly out of pure luck find like a $20 bill on the ground or find like a suitcase full of millions. There are some people who find that and they're like they're the
I
luckiest
wish
person.
I could do that.
Yeah, like where's my chance? What am I going to get to do that?
Exactly. Because because I felt the same way because like I probably felt the same way as you, right? In everybody's contest, I thought for sure. I call myself. I don't even call myself. People call me the horror guru, right? I mean, I interview horror creators on my channel. I have a
Right.
lot of useless knowledge about horror. You can see I collect horror. I have a whole storage container of horror collectibles, autograph. I'm a big horror fan. So, like a lot of people in this contest, the thing that attracted to them is, I mean, to be ranked as the king of the horror nerds, to be the biggest horror fan, to get that recognition. And honestly, this contest, to me, I don't know if you feel the same way. It's not about that. It's not about who's the biggest horror fan. It's not about who has the most knowledge or talent or anything when it comes to horror. It's about who has the most money.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. Because originally no one ever bought my votes. It was the only one who did was my dad. He only did it twice. First time he did $10, and then he did like $50 a couple weeks later. Most of the time we're dependent on the free votes, and I was doing okay. I was in the top spots. I was in the top five and stuff, and then got bumped down because more people were voting and stuff. And I'm like, because I wasn't gonna last year I wasn't gonna pressure people into buying votes. I said, hey, if you got money to spare to buy some extra votes, that's fine. That's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Because I'm not gonna be one of those people that begs and pleads for people to buy me some votes. Because that's just not who I am. Because
Yeah,
that's just being a bad friend.
it is.
And when I first told my best friend about this contest and stuff, he thought I should win because he considers me a horror fan because I have a few horror movies in my collection. I've got all the Friday the 13th movies, including parts 9 and 10, along with Freddy vs. Jason. I got all of Nightmare on Elm Street. I got Pumpkinhead, Evil Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead, as well as all the Alien and Predator movies,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty. Um, I mean, it's not a lot compared to what you might have. You might have a lot of different horror movies more than I do.
Yeah, not really. I don't have that many horror movies anymore. The ones I do have are like autographed by the filmmakers and shit. But like, so I'm more of a horror collector. Like, I like
Nice.
over here. I have a Michael Myers mask that's autographed by every single actor that's played Michael Myers. I got a Jigsaw man. I'm a horror collector, and I go to a
Nice.
lot of horror conventions. So like,
I've never
yeah,
been to one.
but at the same, really, you should go,
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
Listen,
I got to a horror convention was I got to see people cosplaying as horror movie characters at MomoCon Con in Atlanta, and there's this. Can I get off tangent for a minute for this bit?
go
I
ahead,
saw
shoot.
a guy. Yeah, at the vendor hall at Dragon Con, I came across a guy who cosplayed as Jason from Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I did this little video of me and him saying hi to each other and hugging, and I pointed at him going, "This is my buddy." I uploaded that onto YouTube, and later that day, I had over 24,000 views in just one day.
Wow.
Yeah, and I wasn't even
You live
expecting that.
in Atlanta?
I live in northwest Georgia. I live in the mountains. I'm about 2 hours away from Atlanta.
So look, listen, dude. You need to if you're in Atlanta, man. Atlanta has tons of horror conventions. You need to go and see it. You need to go to do Day of the Dead. That's a good one. So if you ever want to meet, I said in my videos you've seen before. I was like, you can pay $60 and get an autograph and a picture from King Hodder, and he's
Nice.
literally at every horror convention in this country. I've met him twice, 2 times, and
I,
and he's a nice guy. Like he'll sit there and talk to you for 20 minutes. Like he's not one. He's not like Bruce Campbell or somebody who's going to rush you through. He'll sit and talk to you. So like when I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh my goodness, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to meet Kane Hodder," I'm like, I don't know, but I mean, there has to. I don't care where you live in this country.
right.
You can see Kane Hodder is at a horror convention. You can pay $60 and you can sit and talk to him, take a picture, and get an autograph. So like that is not worth dropping thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to meet Kane Hodder. And I'm
Absolutely.
gonna be posting in my next Face of Horror video. Kane Hodder is actually doing paranormal ghost tours now, so you can actually go on a ghost tour with Kane Hodder. And I'm telling you something. What it does not cost hundreds and thousands of dollars. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's actually a pretty reasonable price. So like, if you look at all the stuff that you're winning,
Hmm.
it doesn't add up. You know what I mean? It
It,
doesn't add up for the amount of money you can purchase. You can purchase an ad in Root Morgue, which is what the so what's a colossal doing? They're posting an ad. It's not a spread. It's an ad. You can purchase that for a couple $100, and you can take pictures and post it yourself in Root Morgue. You can fly out to because they're valuing the whole thing for $35,000, which is what they're taxing you at, which is they're taking the taxes right out at 13,000. So you're
right.
actually only getting $4,000. By the way, you're not getting 13,000. You're actually getting about $4,000. But you can do
I
a
figured.
lot of this stuff. What was that?
I said that's more than enough for me if I did win. You know that because I could just use
Yeah,
that just to clear off my debt and just keep the rest in my checking account and just be like, okay, you're just gonna sit here and fester.
yeah. But
Oh
like anybody who's dropping tens and thousands of dollars to win these prizes, it's not worth it. You can do all of these same activities for a whole lot less. A whole lot
yeah,
less.
this is true. And again, mostly people are doing it for the money. Like I saw, like on Arena's profile, why she was doing this and what she would do with that money. And I don't blame her for wanting to try to move, trying to. She mentioned how she wants to use that money for a down payment towards a house in a more queer friendly environment because where she's living, her and her
Yeah.
partner are like treated badly, and some people have threatened bodily harm to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad for that because like no one should have to live that way any kind of
No,
community. You know,
I agree.
and personally, I feel like okay, if I don't win, I would like this person to win, even though I'm kind of pissed that they kind of one up me. But their
Yeah.
reason is justified. They kind of want to use that money to better themselves. Whereas me, I just want to pay off my debt and just keep going about my day.
But it's bettering yourself too. I mean, to pay off your debt is bettering yourself. I mean, but
Oh
I mean,
yes,
like I said, I look at every single person, not every person, I look at the majority of people with reason. I always go down when somebody posted their thing in one of the groups. I want to see what they're going to do with $13,000. And a lot of people said that they're going to donate the majority to charity.
hmm
But like I see like really good things on there. But I also see things on there too where I see people like, I really need this money. I really need this money. I'm about to get a foreclosure on my house. I'm about to get evicted. Um, I also saw somebody like, I need chemo. Like there's people on there posting that stuff, and like I don't know if you're in any of these face of horror groups on Facebook on social media, but
I'm
like
not.
oh, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because these people have these. I don't know if they're true or not, but I feel bad for them. If in either way, because there's some really sad stories in there that people are like depending on winning this $13,000, and they're doing everything possible to do that, and even if that means preying on their friends and family.
Yeah, and I hate that. I mean, I can't even think of the words on how to express how I feel about this. Like, all I know is from what I've seen and what you shared. Like, if you're a guy, you're not going to win, stuff like that. Which
You're not
is,
going to win.
yeah, it's kind of sexist. But then again, that's not the most dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm not saying what you said is dumb, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to get off tangent again. I remember like a few years ago, there was a news report of a woman claiming that air conditioning units were sexist, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's an air conditioning unit. It's an inanimate object. It is not capable of sexism. It just blows cold air
Yes.
when it's hot and hot air when it's cold out. What is wrong with the fucking world?
Yes, but the reason I said though, if in that video, the reason I said that women win, or listen, I think I told you before this interview. I'm going to see you the picture, and there's a couple other people who I have already predicted who the winner is going to be. I'm not going to tell you how. I know, but I already know who the winner's fucking contest is going to be.
Mhm.
And I told you, Snake Eyes, once this video comes out, that person is going to contact you. Randomly is going to contact you, and you're going to be like, "What the fuck?" And you're gonna be like, this is fucking eerie. It's all hell because he predicted this person, and I automatically know who's gonna win. And I will release that once the competition is over, and I'm correct.
Mhm.
And I have several people who I've sent this out to. But but the thing is, because women are more uniform, they're more united. You know what I mean? So like, if a woman gets knocked out of the competition, she is going to put her votes towards another woman. Men don't think that way. Like if a man gets knocked out, he's not going to say, "Well, I want to see another man win, and I'm going to surely vote for another man so
Mhm.
that he wins." And a man, if he gets knocked out of the competition, if he even votes, I feel like most men are going to give that vote to a woman.
Right. I didn't even put any votes towards anyone after I lost last year. I'm like, when I saw I didn't when I got not taken out, I'm like, well, shit. I guess that's it for me. Maybe next year. And I just kept going
Yeah.
on about. Hey, that's
Yep.
all I did. That's all I'm ever gonna do. If that's how I see life. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And if it don't, just keep on moving forward until something else happens.
Yes.
And that's what I feel like a lot of people need to do, because I'm sure there are some people who didn't make it into the top 20 or the whatever, and especially those who didn't make it in the top 10 and stuff like that. They're upset and they're devastated and stuff like that. And like, I hope they're watching this, guys. you know it's okay. You didn't win. We can't always win what we want to win. The best thing we can do is just hope and pray for the best and just keep moving forward until something good comes along that helps us out when we need it the most. And that's what I'm going to do if I end up losing this. Okay, if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. And I just pray that you all are able to get what you need when you need it, even if it's not the way you're hoping.
Yeah. And I listen, Snake Eyes, I 100% agree with that. And like and the reason I do these videos because I also want people to know that you're probably not going to win. You're probably
Hmm.
not going to win. So don't. But so when you don't win, don't feel too bad about it. Like you said, because this is like the lottery. There's 2016 fucking groups. Each group has 100 people in it. It is 8 long ass rounds. The chances of winning this competition are slim to none. Absolutely
Right.
slim to none. And like, yeah, and there's a whole bunch of other reasons why you're not gonna win. But it's not even a popularity contest. I mean, because even if it was a popularity contest, right, where whoever gets the most votes, I would be like, okay, I respect that. You know what I mean? You're somebody, you have a huge follower base and so forth. I respect that, but it's not even that. It's literally who has the most financial support. So that means who has people who have money that are going to vote for them, and I just think that's wrong. I
Mm-hmm.
get that some of the money goes to charity, which in my future video you will see that majority of the money does not go to charity. But yeah, I just think that's wrong. And like I know when I
Yep.
was in the competition, I felt at when I was out of the competition, I finally lost, and I finished I finished second place right in the quarterfinals, which means I was able to go to the wild card round because they take all the first place people and whoever finished second place in all the groups get to go to these wild card rounds where you compete for like 3 days, and I finished second place in my wild card round, so I made it further than most people would in this competition, right?
Right.
But I just felt so bad once I got knocked out in the wild card round. I felt so sick because people that I love and care about donated a lot of money, you know,
Right.
so that I could even get to that point. Um, and I just felt disgusted by it because
Of
in
course.
order to, because I mean, the average and the average contestant in this contest, and I'm not telling you, Snake Eyes, but the average contestant, and they're not going to admit this, is lying and being deceitful to the people who they care about. Because and you can hear from the statements they make because they'll say, "Oh, in the last competition, well, I did it last year and I finished in second. I finished in fifth place," but they leave out the fact that they were in fifth place in the quarterfinals, not fifth place in the whole entire competition. You know what I mean? They leave that part out, and yeah, and like you tell your friends and families, you're like, look, I'm in first place, but you leave out I'm in first place in the
Mm-hmm.
quarterfinals where there's what is it, five, 4 or 5 cutoffs, and
Yeah.
then I have to go to, and then I go to another round after that where all that money that was donated, all of those votes, what's it called, gets reset to zero,
Yeah.
and
When I saw that first, I'm thinking, okay, that gives you more of a sporting chance to win. But I'm thinking, okay, that's kind of a little ridiculous, especially considering the fact I've had friends and family, you know, spend money to help kind of get me, up there.
yep.
But you know,
And then
uh,
if you make it past that round, your family, friends don't spend some more money. They don't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, right, for you to get to the next round, which is the
right.
third round.
Hmm.
And then guess what? Once you make it past that second round, after all these quarterfinal rounds, it gets reset back to zero again.
Hmm.
Then you go into a
Yeah.
fourth round, it gets reset back to zero. Then you go to the finals, reset back to zero. You're dumping a lot of money. There's a lot of money to being dumped in for you to win.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that everyone else that's in this and kind of up that further or up in the ranks than I am, they're kind of realizing like okay, this is a little too much and stuff because like they shouldn't have to again beg people to buy extra votes. They should have said, hey, if you can, you can, you can't, you can't. But some people they just want to win because they want to have that money. In fact, when I didn't win last year, the only part that was made me upset, only slightly, was the fact that I couldn't get that money to help my best friend and his mom out at the time. Like again, they're doing good, they're doing better. They have some new jobs, but they still could be doing better. And and I will admit, there's a small part of me that's like, you gotta win this. But I have to keep reminding myself, it's okay if I don't win. Yes, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
a bit of a financial struggle, but I will be okay.
Yeah.
And you know, that's a problem I think most people who are on the spectrum have. Like, because that's I'm on the spectrum.
Okay.
Um, there's always two different versions of us in our heads. There's the one there, like for example, there's the sensible adult, responsible you, and then there's the kind of childish, other you that wants to just do whatever, not worry about stuff, and just kind of gets all excited, gets on the car before the horse, and stuff like that. And that's always going to be a struggle with me. And I know if I lose, there's going to be a part of me that's going to be just angry and mad and stuff. And I have to kind of look myself in the mirror and just say to myself, "Hey, it's okay. You know, there'll be other chances to get money. Maybe not this way, but maybe through a better paying job, or maybe hey, you get a lotto ticket and you actually win or something." And
I agree.
that's the best. I mean, I got a better chance of winning in Publishers Clearinghouse when I do this.
Which was a scam too. Listen, but so another question. Think guys, how does it feel? Like break this down for us mentally and physically. How does it feel to? Because I've been in that place when you ask people, friends and family, to vote, and you
Yeah.
see that some of them, and you see that some of them don't vote. How does that feel?
It's a little annoying, I admit, because like some people say, "Oh, they'll vote," but hey, sometimes they forget and they're busy with other stuff, and I have to remind myself about that. And then it just be happy that I got some people voting for me as it is. I got a coworker who spread the word on her Facebook profile and she was very thoughtful. Her name's Amy. She said she kind of spread my profile on her Facebook post and said, vote for my coworker. He deserves this. He really does, and stuff like that. And I've had my best friend in Indiana. He's kind of went out of his way to buy some votes. Not many, just maybe about 13, 26 votes, which is very thoughtful of him. And there again, there's my dad. Uh, I think it was last week. He bought a hundred, spent 100 and got 200, and this time earlier today he did 50. And I'm part of me is very happy about that and thankful, but at the same time, you know, I kind of wish they didn't do that because, like, okay, if this is a scam, then they got ripped off, and I feel bad, and I feel like it's my fault if they did get ripped off.
Yeah. How much money would you say? Because you're in third place right now this year in the competition. How much money would you say has been donated to your campaign? Would you say? If you had a guess.
Okay, I would say if I had to guesstimate about $250, $300.
$250, $300.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just a guesstimate. When it comes to votes, though, altogether, especially with the 2-for-1, I would say almost 600 votes.
Now, the 2-for-1 is like when you pay like $1 or something like that, and you get 2-for-1.
Yeah, or if you spend like spending like $100, you get 200 votes.
Okay.
And
So so the 300 that you're saying that's for all the votes. That's all the paid votes you think you've received so far in the competition this
yeah,
year.
yeah, and most of the votes were just free votes. Apart from that,
Okay.
so
Now,
that's how it's been.
is it tough? I mean, constantly asking your friends and family. That was the toughest part for me. Was constantly because I felt like a nag. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, I was telling my sister, hey, you didn't vote. Hey, you didn't vote. You didn't vote. You didn't vote. Is that tough to do? Is that tough for you to do? As a contestant, that constantly reminding people?
It was a little, but I had to remind myself. But when I apologized to them, they told me it's okay. They understand. Hey, you want to win, and we don't blame you. We understand, and it's kind of nice that they know that I don't mean to bother them and be a nuisance about it. And when because of that, I've tried not to do it so much and just let fate kind of take the wheel on the situation, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And There were a couple of things on Instagram that kind of made me raise suspicion about Face of Horror.
What's
I've
that?
had some, I had some accounts come to me asking me to send them the link to my profile and stuff, and I'm like, I don't even know you. You know, I'm not. Why would I do that? You know, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
And that was one of the red flags that kind of alarmed me and made me think, okay, could this really be a scam?
yeah. I'm not. Listen, I'm trying my best in this video, but not to bring it as a scam. I'm
Oh,
gonna leave that. I'm personally going to leave that to my Face of Horror scam video, which will be coming out soon. By the way, it'll be wrapping up. But like, yeah. I mean, listen. Well, I mean, because the contest. Listen, the contest itself. It seems. I'm talking about when I was first in it. It seemed legit as hell, and the reason why it seemed so legit was because I'm gonna tell you what it was. I've said it many times. Kane Hodder. It was the fact that Kane Hodder was attached to it.
right.
That and that's my biggest problem with Kane Hodder, because if this is a scam, which I think it's a scam, and I only think it's a scam, I know it's a scam. Kane Hodder makes the contest legit. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I
If
do.
if if Kane Hodder was not attached to this contest, and whoever this B movie director was, if it was just attached, if his fucking face was just attached to this contest, I would say 70% of the people would not even be in this contest. They would be like,
Exactly.
"Who is that guy? This has to be a scam. Cause this I
Hmm.
don't know who that guy is. This is not legit." Kane Hodder makes the competition legit in
He
most
does.
people's eyes, and and them attaching a charity to it as well, which most people don't even do research on who the fucking charity is, which is
Mhm.
scary, makes it seem legit. But guess what? To have a good con, to have a good scam, you have to attach a charity. Every good scam that's ever been has you got to evoke two feelings, right? To
Hmm.
have a good scam or a good con, you got to evoke either fear or compassion,
Right.
right? And and to make it seem legit, and attaching a charity with a whole bunch of sick bald-headed kids with tubes in their nose, that makes you feel compassionate.
It
That makes
does.
you as compassion. And when someone who their intentions were to come on your thing and do a free vote, right?
Hmm.
I free voted for somebody recently because I never saw what it looks like on the other side. I never saw what it looked like on the other side as a competitor. What it looks like when somebody does a free vote, and when you hit that free vote, what
Hmm.
happens next is it comes up. You can always donate more, and then it has a poor little cancer kid in bed, and this goes to directly to charity, right? And
Hmm.
that evokes one of the emotions. It evokes compassion. You're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give this money to this contestant individual, this $10. Even if they don't win, at least I feel like this money is going to a a charity, a charity that I've never even heard of. Spotlight. No one's ever heard of Spotlight. No
Hmm.
one. Anybody who in this contest who says I've heard of Spotlight Foundation before I joined this contest is a fucking liar. Absolute fucking
Hmm.
liar. And even though I've never heard of this charity, there's a picture of a bald headed child with some tubes in their nose, and some motherfuckers dressed like Ghostbusters are standing around them.
Right.
That that that's that compassion and that's what you need to be a good scam. You either need fear or compassion, and the best scammers have both. You know, and so like yeah, so that's I mean I've learned so much about being on the outside of this company. I've learned so much that
Well,
it's kind of fucked up because yes, it's kind of fucked up because they put a sick cancer kid fucking face there,
that is not right. And I kind of mentioned this to you in the comment section on YouTube. Like, if it is actually a scam, then how come some people are not trying to sue the people that are who are responsible for this
Oh,
scam to get them?
I'm going to listen. I'm going to give you a quick hint on this. I'm going to give listen. This is a top secret, by the way. This is it's a exclusive that it's going to be in my next video. Look into rules or regulation. This bitch, Mary Hagan, who fucking runs Colossal, right? If you watch my first thing about who Colossal is, Colossal came about because Crow Votes was running the Face of Horror competitions until this year. If you notice, when you were in the Face of Horror competition last year, do you see anything about Colossal? No. It was ran by a company called Crow Votes, which Mary Hagan was a part of. They got hit with so many class action lawsuits, and all this fucking shit happened if you watch that video. So Crow Votes not a thing. Mary Hagan at that point separated herself and went and started Colossal with one of the owners' son. And Colossal, if you look into rules and regulations, listen, everybody, you need to read those fucking rules and regulation. You really fucking do. You cannot sue. You cannot sue them. They put it in there this year that you cannot sue them. You cannot sue them. You cannot bring any kind of legal action against them. And they also one thing about Colossal compared to Crow Votes, who's been on the competition for Crow Votes is actually pretty transparent. Crow Votes is actually, I must give it to them. They are absolutely transparent. If you look at that rules and regulation, if you really fucking read it, they are transparent that the other company was not. 25% of the money does not go to charity.
Man,
if you look in the rules or regulation, they take their cut out of 25%, and then it goes to not Spotlight, it goes to DT Care. You're gonna ask me who is DT Care? You got to watch my next video.
Right.
And they're a nonprofit company, and then DT Care takes. It says in the rules and regulation, DT Care is only obligated to give 30% of what's left. Of what's left out of that 25% to the actual charity.
How do you get 30% out of 5%? That makes no goddamn sense.
So the actual charity is getting below 5% of that 25%.
Okay, now that is really fucked up right there. I mean,
and no one reads the rules and regulations. I'm telling you, if I'm in these Face of Horror Facebook groups, and people ask, well, how come there's a 1,000 other people? I'm in first place, and there's 1,000 other people in first place because there's 2016 fucking groups. That means there's 2016 people in first place. So so you have to read the rules and regulations, and I'm cheating on my next video for everyone to watch. You cannot sue. Okay, so in the rules and regulation, I'm gonna give you the cliff notes. You cannot do any kind of legal action against Colossal because they were sued multiple times, actually for the previous contest with Crow Votes. So Mary Hagan learned from those mistakes and put that in there. They also put a disclaimer in there because Bon Appetit, they had the Top Chef magazine. Bon Appetit sued them because they said that Bon Appetit magazine was a sponsor. And Bon Appetit said, no, we were not a fucking sponsor. You purchased an ad in our magazine. So if you look in the rules and description, it says that Kane Hodder, Ghostbusters, Rue Morgue, all these places do not endorse and have no connection to the Face of Horror competition at all.
Whoa. That is crazy.
So Mary Hagan is 100% and Colossal are 1% transparent because they got sued under the old company for all of this fucking shit. So it's literally right there. I mean, it's literally right there. If you read the rules and regulation, anybody who questions me about, hey, Travis, you're full of shit by a scam, just go into the rules and regulation. Everything I'm saying is literally right in the rules and regulation that I bring up in my videos. It's literally right in the rules and regulation. I'm not making it up.
I mean, hell, right now my brain can't even wrap around all that. Because it's like trying to read the fine print when in reality, no one reads the fine fucking print.
No one reads the fucking fine print, and no one knows who the fuck DDT Care is. But you're gonna find out soon. No one knows who the fuck DDT Care is, and nobody and everybody I see in these Facebook groups talking about, well, the money's going to the children. a tiny smidget percent. Colossal takes 70%, 100% profit. That's fun. That's for them to play with. They're going to tax you for 35,000, and you're only getting $13,000. They're going to tax you so that they don't have to. All that fucking shit is free to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're making a profit, and then even that 25%, they're going to take their contest money out of that 25% for themselves, give the rest to their third-party company, DTT Care, who's a nonprofit. They take their big cut out of it, and then they give pennies to the actual charity. So if you actually want to give to Spotlight Foundation, just go to the website and go directly to them. Do not fucking like the paid votes. If you're doing a paid votes, you're doing it to help your friend or family who's a contestant. You're not doing it for charity. You're not doing it for charity. You're not doing it for charity.
And now knowing this, knowing this, even though I know that was not your intention, I feel bad that my family and friends have bought some of those extra votes. You know, I thought, because I legit thought, you know, those proceeds would actually go to a charity, and that's what made me think it was legit. That and the Kane Hodder thing, like you mentioned, because like, you know, I've seen like there's been some events where like, oh, similar to that with certain things, and they were legit, and I thought, okay, this was a legit thing. But now the way you described that and stuff, I'm starting to realize, okay, and what I've gone through, that's I'm having a hard time getting my words together because, again, I can't even comprehend.
Just read the rules and listen. I didn't want to turn into a scam video, but just read the rules and regulations. People who deny me in every single one of my videos clearly are complete fucking idiots because
yeah,
the information I'm getting, I'm not fucking any psychic. I'm not coming on my ass. It's literally right there in the rules and regulation fine print. That's where I'm going off of. I'm going off of the rules and regulation. It's literally right there.
Yeah, and
anybody fucking see.
Yeah, and the people that are idiots are not believing. They're sort of thinking, "Oh, you're just upset because you lost last year," and they're probably going to think that with me when they see this. I'll like, "Oh, you're just upset because you're not first
But that's what I
place."
say. I'm a sore loser. No, I'm just trying to educate people so they don't make the same mistake I do, and that is this contest is a fucking scam. You're not going to win. They already had the winner pre-selected. Listen, Snake Eyes, I'm going to show you. Listen, we're in the first round, right? We're still in the first quarter. We're in the quarterfinals.
Right.
How the fuck do I already know who the winner is?
I don't know, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I'm going to tell you off camera.
Spoiler alert right there.
But when this person becomes the winner, which they will be, and there's several people who know who the winner is that I don't know personally. I've just said, hey, this is who the winner is. When it comes out, I need for you to say, yep, Travis, how the fuck did you know that? And like it is absolutely the shit is dark and deep and fucked up. Behind Colossal. It is if you think this is something that's cute or oh not that bad. No. The shit is so fucking dark. That's why it's taking me 3 weeks to come out with the next fucking Face of Heart video because I'm constantly finding new fucking damn things. And here's the thing, it's literally on Google. All you think you have to fucking do Google, but you got to follow the tracks. You got to follow pieces, so that takes time. So you'll get one name, and you got to follow that fucking name to something else. It's boom, boom, boom. I don't say anything on any of my videos that can get me accused or hit with a slander lawsuit. I don't say anything. Everything I say is fucking facts. It's not personal opinion. It's absolute fucking facts. It is court documents. It is, and it's in the rules or regulations. It's literally. If you want to know if this contest is legit or not, just go on Google and just type in Colossal Mary Hagan Face of Horror scam, and you will see thousands and thousands of Reddit posts, legal documents, all of this. All of this is right there in front of your face. It really is. So, yes, it's a scam.
Yeah, my world is rocking.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Snake Eyes, because and the part that pissed me off about it was too. People kept saying, "Well, it's going towards the kids. It's going to a good cause." And That is the number one rebuttal when you say it's a scam. Well, I don't care because it's going towards the kids. It's not going towards the kids. That's the fucked up thing about it. And it's literally right in the rules and regulation telling you right to your fucking face that it's that a smidget under 5% is going to the kids, and the rest is going into Mary Hagen's pockets and the slime ball who runs DT Care's fucking pockets. That's where the money's fucking going. It's going into other millionaires' fucking pockets.
Yes, and that is if you looked up the word, if you looked up fucked up in the dictionary, that would be the definition right there.
And they got the winner already pre-selected. It's already pre-selected. 100% pre-selected. I'm telling you, Snake Guys, I'm gonna send you the profile of the motherfucker who's gonna win this year. I am 99.9% sure I'm right. I'm 99.9% sure right. And then once I'm right, I'm going to tell you how I was able to put the pieces together. And it's a similar attachment between all three of the fucking winners. And by the way, and they're all white women. But let me tell you, it's a woman who's winning this year. It's a white woman who's winning this year. But there's a connection between all three of the fucking winners.
And what is that connection?
I cannot tell you that. I'll tell you that off camera. Yes.
Of course. Of course.
All right.
I think what the connection is, but I could be wrong. So I'll wait till off camera to give my theory.
Okay. But I'm telling you, as soon as this video goes out, something eerie is going to fucking happen. Something absolutely, I'm not going to tell you, something absolutely eerie is going to happen, and you're going to be like, holy shit. He said this was going to happen, and it fucking happened.
And then when that happens, I'm going to reply to you, you were right. That's what I will literally do. I will say, you were fucking right.
Every single person I interview, this thing happens to them, and it's something crazy, eerie, and weird. So, yes. All right. Snake Eyes, where can... Oh, by the way, listen, Snake Eyes' link to his Face of Heart is down in the description. So go ahead and shoot over a free vote. And if you want to pay for votes for him, you can do that as well. But listen, it's not going to charity. I'm just giving you the heads up. It's not going to charity. So, like, if you're paying for votes, it's going towards helping Snake Eyes. So, which there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah. If you guys vote, great. If you don't, that's cool too. You know, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. You know, I win, I don't. And, you know, it's just going... I'm just going to keep on trucking. That's what I do. That's what I do every fucking day.
And that's what you got to do. That's what I do. Listen, and just everybody just be smart. Just be 100%. That's why I make these videos. I just want everybody to be smart. And I know that most contestants do not read the fine print. So that's why I'm giving you the knowledge on how the Face of Horror competition works. Whether it's a scam or not, but this is how the competition works. And this is, if you want to win the competition, this is what you have to do. And unfortunately, in order to win the competition, it's going to cost dinero.
And you got a vagina.
But that helps too. That 100% helps. You got to have a vagina, and they all got a similar look too. I don't know if you saw my one video too, and they almost look like they almost look identical, right?
They do, and I'm like, is this a person?
You're like, is this the same person? Did they just take the same person and just make him the winner?
I think that some of the guys looking like, huh?
It's literally the same person. It looks like the same person.
It does, like,
it looks like the same person did. They just attach a different name to them.
And it's crazy.
Yes.
That's like taking me, like you're saying, oh, if I won this year and I won next year, like it's a different name. Like,
yeah.
Oh, this is Snake Eyes. This is Snake Eyes.
Exactly. It's literally the same person, right?
Yeah. I mean, hell, I have a brother who's 11 months younger than I am, and for the longest time, everyone thought we were twins.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, we wore the same kind of shirt. For some reason, I don't know why our parents did that, but we did, and everyone thought we were twins.
So,
And the best part was they thought he was the bad one. They thought I was the good one. When in reality, I was kind of the bad one, but in the fun way.
so, so that would be hilarious if like you won one year and he won the other year, and people are like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck? They look identical. Are you sure that's not the same guy who won? Like that's weird."
Yes, and people were like, "This is fixed."
Exactly, but that's why I had to put that in that video. I was wondering other people were thinking the same thing. Like they look like the same person. They look like they're sisters or related or something. They literally look like the same woman.
Do. They really fucking do. And I'm like, is this I'm like, again, is this the same person? Is this a rigged thing? Like, okay, like just be like, oh, you did good last year. Let's just make you the winner this year just by default.
Uh, so
And
yes,
also,
that
you're a cool dude, especially because
yeah.
you're a horror collector. And
Mm-hmm.
are you a Batman fan?
Am I what fan?
A Batman fan?
I love Batman. Yes,
Yeah.
love Batman.
Well, we're familiar that well, not familiar, aware that they did a crossover in comics with Batman and Alien and Batman and Predator, right?
Yes, I got a Batman Predator one. Yeah, I love
Well,
that.
let me ask you, what if they? I came up with this crossover. I'm sorry to share this, but I just figured, just go for it. I've shared this with some people. Batman versus Pumpkinhead.
That'd be fun.
Oh yes, Vengeance versus
Batman
Vengeance.
versus I'm gonna say Batman versus any horror character would be fun.
Yes, and the I have so many good ideas. I've been working on this story for a long time. So like take because like the plot of this story I'm making is because we all know Batman won't kill, and the only way to stop Pumpkinhead is to kill the one who had it summoned, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, will Batman break his number one rule of no killing if it means stopping the creature?
I think he would.
I think he would do, especially if it's the Joker. Because I mean, there have been plenty of comics where he's killed the Joker. One where he snapped the Joker's neck, just
That'd be it. Now I'm gonna tell you some right now, Snake Eyes. Everybody,
right.
Snake Eyes. Tomorrow you're gonna go on his profile, and he's gonna be wearing a blonde wig, and he has some big fucking fake titties, because he knows what it takes to win. I mean, that's what it takes to win. I mean, it's a similar look. Snake Eyes. That's how you can win, man.
Well,
Put a blonde wig on and get some like fake titties. And have that, man.
I kind of got man boobs, so I'm kind of halfway
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, man. Listen, you're there, man. Put a blonde wig on, and you might actually have a chance to win it. Man, you might have a chance to win.
Oh God. Oh, I needed to laugh. I haven't laughed that hard in a week.
Yes.
Seriously.
But I'm gonna see a picture of them. I'm listen. As soon as we go up this, I'm gonna see a picture. All right, listen, everybody. Thank you for coming to Horror Run. Listen, I promise you, the end all be all Face of Horror video will be coming up. Scan video will be coming up soon. I would say within the next week or two. So definitely check that out. Make sure to like and subscribe button. Snake Eyes, pleasure having you on, man. Thanks for reaching out and coming on.
Apologies for any randomness. That's just how I am. I'm just rando as hell.
It's no problem, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing your profile with your titties and your blonde hair. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing that tomorrow.
Look forward to interacting with you more if you'll have me on again.
Yes, most definitely, brother.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. We'll see you later. Take care.
See ya.